Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impression review of, in case you couldn't tell by the title, by Hard Candy Concealer. And these are concealers that I just found recently at Walmart. They say they're new. I don't know how new they are, but I just recently found them. So I thought I would try them out and let you guys know what I thought. The reason why I was really excited when I found these is because Hard Candy makes my all-time favorite concealer that I use literally every single day, and it's like a holy grail product for me. That would be their Glamouflage concealer, and I have it right over here. I have a small like sample tube that I got in their, I think it was their Christmas like 12 days beauty box. So I have a few of these, so I haven't had to repurchase like a full size, but I will as soon as these are done, because like I said, this is a holy grail. But this is the concealer that I'm talking about. It is the Glamouflage Hard Candy concealer, and I won't say for certain, but if you guys do know, please comment below. But I believe that this is a dupe, and you can tell by the packaging as well. The packaging is actually pretty similar, but a dupe for the Kat Von D. I think it's I know they have the Tattoo Lock foundation. I'm not sure if the concealer is the same thing, but basically it's supposed to get rid of tattoos as well. And this one does as well. When I first bought it, I did try it on my tattoo to cover it up, and it does. So like I said, I have not tried the Kat Von D, so I can't tell you whether it is an actual dupe, but just based on packaging and based on what the product does, I would say that that was their aim, or you could classify it as it trying to be a dupe at least. But definitely comment down below if you have tried the Kat Von D concealer and if you tried this one, and let me know if they're similar or which one's better or your thoughts on that. But yeah, this is my holy grail go-to concealer. So when I went to Walmart not that long ago, a couple of weeks back, and saw these new Hard Candy concealers, I thought for sure I have to try them because I absolutely adore their concealers. So I have two products that I want to show you, and they're both in the concealer range, and they're both classified as new, and they're both part of the Sheer Envy brand of concealers. And the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is the Sheer Envy Conceal and Correct palette. Now, there are a lot of companies that are coming out with concealer palettes. I know NYX has one. Drugstore-wise, I don't know what other cruelty-free ones have an actual concealer palette, but they are fairly common. I know Sonia Kashuk has one. But anyway, I have not tried any of the concealer palettes. But when I saw this, I got really excited because, like I said, I love their concealers, and it does come with a nice range of colors. Now, I'll show you quickly the second thing that I will be talking about, and then I'm going to go back to this one and give you a more in-depth first impression and review. But the second part of the concealer that is new in this whole Sheer Envy collection is the Sheer Envy Eye Brightening Concealer. And this is what the packaging looks like. And it is basically, I'll just open it up. It is basically a concealer like pen, and it's a twist where the product comes out. Like I said, I will be talking about this after I talk about the concealer palette. But this is the second thing that I found that is part of the same Sheer Envy concealer collection. Okay, so first off, I'm going to be talking about the concealer palette. This was the first thing that I got, and I have definitely used this a number of times, as you will see when you see a close-up of the actual colors. Some of them I've already dug into quite a bit. So I'm just going to show you the concealers that come in this palette, do swatches, and then let you guys know what I think. Okay. So this is a concealer palette, like I said, and it comes with different colors, and the first three colors are for specific issues. So whether depending where you want to use them on your face, under your eyes, for blemishes, things like that, what's nice is it lets you know what the colors are for, because sometimes unless you know that stuff, it can be hard to know, like, what is a pink concealer for, you know? So this lets you know on the packaging, which I really like for people that don't really know. So the first one that it comes with is Here, let me open it up and actually show you guys up close. This is what the product looks like up close, and it does come with a dual-ended brush, which honestly I have yet to use, but I don't want to throw it out because it is a cute little, maybe I'll plop it in my purse, but you can use that if you want to. And these are the colors that it comes with. So the first one that it comes with is kind of a yellow based concealer. As you can see, I'll go up close. This one right over here, and this is to correct dark circles. Now this concealer I've been using every single day because I do have dark circles, so this is a concern for me. So this one I need personally. Some days my dark circles are not that bad, like today. Ironically, when I decide to film this video, I don't have, my dark circles are not that bad, but I do have some days, especially when I don't sleep that well, where they're pretty pronounced. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of hard to tell on the finger. I will try to do a swatch, but basically it is a yellow, there we go, a yellow based concealer. And oh, I forgot to tell you guys that this palette is in the shade light medium. I believe they have 3 palettes, if I'm not mistaken, with 3 different shades. The only downside is they don't have, like, their darkest shade is not for really dark skin tones. But this is the light medium, so if you're fair like myself, this would be a good palette for you. So that is the first one, the yellow base concealer. The second one is right over here, the green base concealer, and this is for redness. And I've been using this when I have blemishes. This is what it looks like. I've been using it when I have blemishes, which I personally am pretty lucky that I don't get a lot of blemishes, but every once in a while I do. Or I do have dry skin and I do tend to get redness sometimes around my nose or on my chin area. So I've been using this and I really love it. And when you blend it, it comes across more white than green, but it works really well. It's kind of hard to pick up the color, but you can see that it's definitely lighter than the yellow based one. Then the next one they give you is a purple one right over here, and that is to neutralize yellow undertones. I personally have not used this yet because I'm not quite sure. I'm fair. I feel like I don't really have yellow to my skin, so I don't know if I'll be using this. I've seen in other concealer palettes where they have this purple, and I'm like, can I use it? I don't know. But this is what it looks like, and you can definitely tell that it's purple, kind of like a pinky. But let me know if you guys have tried this palette and if you've tried this purple to sort of know how it works exactly. But all concealer palettes do seem to have that purple or pink, so I guess it's good for something. So I guess I should try it, but it does say to neutralize yellow, which I feel like I don't really have. Anyway, then the next 3 colors in the palette, right over here at the end, are just regular concealers, and they tell you at the back, just mix and match to match your skin tone. So if you want to cover up any blemishes, any, discoloration on your face, this and that. And they do have a pretty nice range in this palette. They have some that are a little bit darker and one that is lighter. And I will do a little swatch for you guys of these concealers. Okay, this first one is basically the tone of my skin, so it's kind of hard to see. The next one is a little bit lighter. These are actually really good for fair skin tones. Like I said, this palette will be really good for you. They're fairly close to my skin tone, so they're going to be hard to tell. It's kind of, but you can sort of see them over here. They are fairly light. So again, if you have around my skin tone, a little bit paler, maybe a tad darker, this would be good because I do like having concealers that are light versus darker because they do help, bounce the light from your face. But all in all, this is a really nice palette. I'll show you the swatches of everything. Again, kind of hard to tell, but obviously these first 3 are more noticeable. The yellow tone, the green tone concealer and the purple tone, and then these are just the mix and match concealers that basically you mix and match and create the color that you want. Yeah, so that is all the colors in this little convenient little palette. And I have to say, I really, really love this palette and love these concealers. These concealers, the consistency is really, really creamy. They blend really, really well. They initially, when you first feel them, like if you swatch them, you might feel like, oh, they're a little bit greasy, but they go on really, really smoothly. They don't crease under the eye. If you set them with your regular powder, they last for a really, really long time. What I like to do for my concealer routine is I will use these concealers, and I use a concealer brush personally when I apply concealer. And my concealer brush that I use is just an Equal Tools concealer brush. And I put a little bit of concealer, put it obviously under my eye, or if I want to do a pimple that I have or anything like that. And I always use the Glamouflage as a second step. So a little of this goes a long, long way. You just need to put a couple of dots, like I use this under my eyes, a couple of dots. And then to blend this, I feel like the best way is to just use your finger. So then I blend it in with my finger and set it with my powder and things like that. So that is what I do on a regular basis. And like I said, I have been using this palette constantly since I bought it. And like I said, combined with the Glamouflage, this has become my holy grail concealer. I find a lot of concealers either don't really hide the dark circles. This one definitely does, especially if you put obviously the yellow toned concealer that is meant to hide dark circles. They just hide dark circles really, really well. They don't emphasize if you have any fine lines under your eyes, which I have a few because hello, I'm in my 30s. So if you're worried about that, this concealer is really, really great. And it's crazy, crazy affordable and super easy to find. Hard Candy is sold exclusively at Walmart, but it's just a really, really great brand. And their concealers, like again, this did not disappoint. This is an A+ product. So I would definitely highly, highly recommend this if you're just looking for a concealer or if you're looking to try a concealer palette. Okay. Now on to the second concealer that is part of this Sheer Envy collection. And it is the concealer kind of stick concealer pen, I would classify it as. And this says it's an eye brightening concealer, which I do like because I like to have that illumination around the eyes. And this also says that it gives you 10 benefits in one. So it says it reduces puffiness, diffuses shadows, softens wrinkles, evens your skin tone, eliminates dark circles, blurs lines, brightens, corrects, conceals, and lifts. That's a lot of stuff. So when I saw this, I was like, hell yeah, I have to try this. So this is what the product looks like. And again, the packaging, I love their packaging. It's always super, super cute. But it's just in a metallic packaging, and you can see the color right here. And the color that I got is in 938 Radiance. They had a couple of options. Again, same thing as the concealer palette. They unfortunately don't have options for darker skin, which kind of sucks. So this is what it looks like. It is a brush tip like that, and the bottom is a twist. So what you do to get the product, and I'm not going to get too much because I don't want to waste, but you twist the bottom, and as you can see, it will come out of the tip. Sort of see there, see how it's coming out. So you just twist, get the amount you need, and put it on. And I'll give you a quick swatch. This Radiant one is kind of a bit on the peachy side. Again, kind of hard to, there we go, kind of hard to tell, but it is a bit on the peachy side. I am wearing this concealer today, and I got this after I got the concealer palette, so I've only tried this once, so this really is a first impression when it comes to this product. I will say that the concealer in this product versus the concealer palette is a lot more liquidy. The concealer palette, the concealers are a nice creamy consistency, which I personally prefer as opposed to really liquidy concealers. This one is more liquidy, but it does blend really, really nicely, as you can see. And it's really smooth on the skin, like doesn't emphasize lines and things like that. So it feels really, really lightweight on the skin, which I really, really like. The only thing that I will say, like I said, I am wearing it today, and I feel like the coverage is not as good as the concealer palette. So even though this says that it's supposed to reduce puffiness and help with dark circles, so obviously it's meant not just for blemishes, but for under your eyes, I feel like this product I would use more for blemishes, for any redness that I have. And this palette I would use for, especially the first part of the palette, for under my eyes. That's just me. Comment down below and let me know if you've tried these and what you like using them for. But I personally would recommend this product, for blemishes and things like that. And it's a perfect, applicator for that, because you have the little brush tip, you can just put it on a pimple, let's say, blend it in with your finger, add powder, and you're good to go. And it's also good to like throw in your purse if you want to, if you have some blemishes. So I'm not going to say this is a horrible product, but if I had to choose, favorite concealer, obviously I would go with this one. But again, personal preference, I personally love creamy concealers versus more liquidy type concealers, and this one is definitely more liquidy. I'm gonna try to do a close-up. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, because like I said, today I actually didn't really have that dark of circles today, but on this eye over here I don't have any concealer on, so you can see a little bit. I'll take off my glasses. You can see a little bit of blue kind of under the eye. And then this eye over here, I did my concealer routine, and I actually, what is this? Yes. I actually used this one today under my eye. So I only have this, and I have a little bit of the Glamouflage as well, and then set it with powder. But this is what it looks like. And as you can see, you still see a little bit of the dark circles, but not a crazy amount. So again, it's not, if you don't really have crazy dark circles, then this might work for you. And if you like more liquidy type concealers, this might work for you. But if you have more issues with your eyes, you want more coverage, I would say go with the concealer palette. All right, guys, so that was my first impression of these two concealer products by Hard Candy. Again, a really, really crazy, affordable brand, really easy to find, and I just love their stuff. So I was really, really excited to try these products and review them for you guys. So like this video if you like first impression videos and reviews, and let me know in the comments down below if you've tried these products, if you've tried the Hard Candy Glamouflage concealer, or just basically what is your go-to concealer. Let me know down below. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, and check out all my info down below. You can find me on Facebook, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and also check out my blog as well for a further sort of more detailed review of these two products. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next video. Mwah. Bye.